In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace the front brake hoses on this Volkswagen Tiguan. These are going to be located behind the front wheels. Let's get into it. Now I'm going to use a hood prop and I'm going to compress the brake pedal. This is going to prevent fluid from coming out and just have it up against the seat. You can move the seat forward if you need to. In the back, behind this cover, just twist to the left. Pop that out. You can see where this is held down. We're just going to pop this holder off, pull the jack out. There's a utility bag right here. Open up the utility bag. And you want to find this pick. We're going to use that. Now take the hook tool that you got out of the back. And we're going to take these caps off. Pull those off. Using a 17mm socket, we're going to take these lug bolts off. Before I take the last one off, I'm just going to hold the wheel, prevent it from falling. And then grab the wheel, slide it off. First, we're going to loosen up the bleeder screw. Just make sure you have a drain bucket underneath. Just take the cap off. Use an 11mm wrench. Just open it up slowly. You should get some fluid out, but then it should stop. If it doesn't stop, then you can push on the brake pedal depressor a little further so that the valve closes. Now we'll close this back up. We're going to take the banjo bolt off the caliper, use an 11mm socket. And again, have a drain bucket underneath. Take that off. I'm going to remove this clip right here. I'm just going to use a pair of pliers. Pull that out and pull the hose out of the bracket. Using a 11mm line wrench, we're going to loosen up the line that goes to the hose right here. All right, we can pull the line out. Move that out of the way. Then we'll take the clip off. Just use a straight blade screwdriver. Try to pry it off. There we go. That popped out. Grab the hose and wiggle it out. Now we're going to take the banjo bolt out of the old line. I'm just going to use some pliers just to hold the seal. And use the 11mm socket. Just unscrew it and just take the banjo bolt out. Make sure you take the seal off the other side. We're going to reuse this. Just clean it up. Now take the hose. Get this lined up. It only goes in there one way. We'll get the line in and get that started first before we put the clip on. And just push that in place. You take a little hammer, just give it a tap. Tap that down. Take the line wrench. And we'll snug this down. And take the hose. We're going to go through this bracket. It's going to go one. It's only going to go one direction. Now we'll put the clip on. Get that lined up. And the same thing. If you can just use a little hammer, give it a tap. It's a little bit tricky. tricky to get in this area, but there we go. That's all the way down. The banjo bolt, we're going to take a seal, put one over the bolt, and we're going to go through the hose. Then take another seal. It's going to go on the other side of the banjo bolt. Just like that. And just make sure the caliper's clean in this area. Get this lined up. Get the bolt started. And we're going to torque this to 25 foot-pounds. Now we can take the prop rod off the brake pedal. Now with a drain bucket underneath, we're going to use our 11mm wrench, loosen up the bleeder screw. We just want to gravity bleed it. You can see a little bit of bubbles coming out. We'll just wait till we have a steady stream. There we go, that looks good. I don't see any more bubbles. I'll just close up the bleeder screw. Snug that down. Spray some brake parts cleaner, just clean that up. And put the cap on. If your brake pedal still feels spongy, you're gonna have to do a brake bleed procedure. Now install the wheel. Get that lined up. That's good. Get the lug bolt started. Snug those down. Now we're going to torque the lug bolts to 89 foot-pounds in a cross pattern to tighten the wheel down evenly. And just go around again, double check. Now we can put the caps on. And just push those on. Take the pick tool, put that back in the utility bag. We'll wrap this up. And just tie it up. Place that back inside here. I'll take the jack and take the jack. Get that lined up. This little tie down. Just pull that through. Take the door, slide the two little tabs in the base, and then twist it closed. You can see the master cylinder reservoir right here. I'm going to reach down, just wipe it off with a rag. I'm going to take the cap off. And put that out of the way. Now I'm going to use a fluid extraction pump, make sure it's clean, and extract dirty brake fluid as much as you can. And you want to take a fresh bottle of brake fluid, make sure it's the right type. This vehicle requires .4 brake fluid. You can find that information on the cap. And just very carefully, I'm going to pour this in. You can use a funnel, make sure it's a clean funnel. You want to fill it up to the max line. And put the cap back on. And you can wipe up any excess fluid. You can see that's where you want the brake fluid up to the max line. Now with the vehicle raised up and the wheels off, we're going to start with the left front brake caliper, then we're going to go to the right front brake caliper. After that, the rear left brake caliper, and then the right rear brake caliper. Let's start here, take the cap off the bleeder. Using a 11mm wrench, go over the bleeder screw. And then I'm using a hose just so I don't make a mess. You can always use a drain bucket underneath to catch the fluid. Now with an assistant in the vehicle, I'm gonna have them pump the brake pedal. Go ahead. And hold it down after about 3 pumps. Then I'm gonna crack the bleeder screw open. You see fluid come up. Close it up again. Go ahead, pump. And hold it. With them holding it, open this up. You can see nice clean fluid. Close it up. Go ahead, pump. And hold it. And we have no air bubbles and the fluid's clear. Close this up again. Go ahead, let up. Take the hose off. Just snug this down. That's good. Use a little brake parts cleaner. And put the cap on. Then we're going to move on to the right front wheel. Procedure is going to be the same on that side. We're going to top off the fluid, take the cap off. Top off the fluid, put the cap on. And wipe up the excess. After you top off the fluid under the hood, we're going to go to the left rear wheel. Take this cap off where the bleeder is, right there. Just using a pocket screwdriver. There we go. Using a 11mm wrench. I'm going to put the hose on this side. Go ahead, pump the pedal. Hold it down. Crack that open. And some clean fluids coming out, no bubbles. Close it up. Go ahead, pump. And hold it. Open it up. Clean fluid. Close it up again. Go ahead, pump. And hold it. Pedal goes to the floor, fluid comes out. It's clean, no air bubbles. You can take this off. Snug this down. A little brake parts cleaner. Put the cap on. Then you're going to do the same procedure on the right rear wheel. I'm going to top off the fluid, take the cap off. Top off the fluid. Put the cap on. Then you're going to put the wheels on, lower the vehicle, torque those wheels to 89 foot-pounds, then you should be good to go.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.